these very thoughtful personal questions.
Oh geez,
that
okay.
they're like thought provoking. They're kind of like, oh, the game, what is it called? We're Not Really Strangers, I think that's what it's called. Have you heard of it?
Uh
Essentially the premise is you get all these cards and there's like different
oh
levels of intimacy that like, or like, I guess each card gets more personal. And I played it once, but you're supposed to play it with a complete stranger, someone you've never met before, and
oh that's
ask
fun.
these questions. And so I looked online for questions similar to this. And so I'm going to ask you them, and just like the first thought that kind of comes to your head, brief answer, because there's a lot of
Okay.
questions.
Is this like rapid fire round? Like first thought, best thought?
No, it's more like you can think about it and like give a explanation to the answer. And you can
But I'll
also
keep it as
pass.
brief as I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I can pass?
You can pass if you're, because like if it's like too personal or whatever, which I feel like it'll be fine.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, fill in the blank. I know I'm in love when blank.
Oh. Mm,
Right? Like deep
I
question.
know this is hard. I mean, like, there's quite a few little things, but I'm trying to think of like, oh, if that thing happened, like that is when I would know.
Yeah.
You can cut out my pauses too if you want. Of me just like thinking. Do you have one?
I think you don't know when you're in love.
Hmm.
I don't think I know. I think it's just, I know I'm in love when I'm in love. Like like it's kind of it's so difficult to explain. It's just like,
Hmm.
oh, I do know. I know I'm in love when I know that I can trust this person 100%, and
Hmm.
that okay, maybe I don't know the answer. I feel like, yeah,
I
that's
think I have an answer. And
okay.
like, I'm even thinking, because for me, I feel like with a lot of my best friends, like with you or with like Cash or Danny, or like Josh, my mom, like when I leave an experience with, and I'm thinking like, not only like, I mean, kind of romantic, but like, it's more of like a platonic, like friendship or like, familial love. Like I'm in love with a person. And this is also applies when I'm like in love romantically with someone, is
Hmm.
that I leave an experience, hey buddy, I leave an experience feeling, and I'm like not in my head at all. Like I'm not doubting how I acted, how I spoke. I'm just like so myself that like I'm so out of my head and just like present and with them.
Hmm.
Yeah, you leave the experience with like such a different feeling about yourself. You
Yeah.
know, you feel like you've just been your best self, or you just feel like yourself, and that's when you know you like really love someone, because you don't have to be anything or think of anything in the moment. You're just like, you're just you with them, and it's like, I think that's how I know.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Next question. How did you get over your first love?
Oh man. Okay, well, I mean, whether this really worked or not, was I created a summer bucket list called my Summer of Self, and I had like 50 things on the list of like things that I had to accomplish that summer, to like love myself and like put time into myself. So there were things on the list of like, take yourself on a date. And then I like wrote a qualifier for that, which was like, it has to be to a fancy restaurant, 3-course meal with a movie after. And so I took myself on a date. I went to Milestones. I sat down. This was so fun too. I was like, and it was a thrill. I was so excited. I brought my journal so that I could like, I don't know, sketch and like doodle, but also I was like not allowed to be on my phone is what I like told myself. So it was like supposed to be really present with yourself.
That's really like healthy, I feel like.
Yeah, I tried. And one of the, like another thing was, see one consecutive sunset and sunrise. So like pull an all-nighter basically, was on the list. Go on like a 10-kilometer run was on the list, which like at the time I wasn't running very much. So I had to like build up to that. So that was like a nice goal to accomplish. It was like purge your wardrobe, buy a new t-shirt for yourself, like random little things, I don't know, on the list that like I had to bake a cake that summer. I had to like, it was just a bunch of random things. So I was like, that'd be a fun like thing to do in the summer.
Hmm.
and I finished the whole list that summer.
I'm gonna do that. That's a fun quarantine thing.
It is really fun. Yeah, we could even make a list together.
But like, we should do it. Wait, let's make a video about it.
Okay, let's do that. That's a whole separate.
A quarantine bucket list.
Yeah, that's fun.
Obviously safe.
Yeah, well, and like that's one thing, you know, with like a summer bucket list is that like, you know, summer is going to end, and like we do know that this, at least this type of quarantine is going to end. Like is gonna end.
It's gonna end.
I don't know why I said it like that. You know, but like nothing's permanent, so we should create a bucket list to do, and we could even make it a summer bucket list so that it has to be done by like end of August.
That's smart.
To give ourselves like a clear time deadline.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Okay, next question.
What about you? Wait, your turn. Or do you want just me to answer?
Oh no, I should answer too. How did you get over your first love? I think it was, well, I think it was probably just like, I did a lot of reading. Like, yeah, I think a lot of it is just like you spend time with yourself to like.
I was going to say, I feel like you having your surgery kind of forced you to like isolate and be by yourself for like X amount of time while you like were about to get ready for surgery, had the surgery, recovering.
That year was such a transitional year. It was almost like I was like ending my time on the next step. The surgery happened, which was like forced me to be with myself and think about who I was, who I wanted to be, and who I wanted to surround myself with. That was a good one. And it really like that all happened in the midst of a heartbreak too. So like that was like a real like huge transitional period for me. And I think just spending time on my own and being comfortable with that and being willing to accept who I was and then take my weaknesses as a part of who I am and like learn to live with them and work on them and all that stuff. And then also I went hardcore into acting training because like I was like, if I want to do this, I got to do this. So I went like balls to the wall, all in, and it was the best thing. And like that's the time when I love acting the most is when I'm like working on it.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of a fun time. Like obviously it was really terrible at times, but like it was also
but like looking back on it, I mean, I feel that way too. I was like so heartbroken and like sad that whole summer, but now looking back, I'm like, that was such a good thing I did for myself. That was so fun. Like
and it was
I can't believe I did that.
Right? It's like such a cool, like you started feeling really like shitty and you don't know how it's going to end up, but then by the end of it it's such a rewarding thing because you like healed yourself.
Yeah
Kind of cool. It's like go us. Okay,
I know. Hell yeah.
Okay, this is an intense question. Not really.
Geez, okay.
Are you lying to yourself about anything?
I don't think so, and I hope not. I don't think so. I don't think I am.
I don't think you are either.
No, are you?
I don't know.
I don't think you are either.
Yeah. I think
I think it. Okay, you go.
Sorry.
No, go. You go.
I think I'm like pretty open with myself and like keeping myself in check and also having someone. This is like part of the thing I was talking about, like surrounding yourself with people who like you respect and who you trust really well are the people who are going to be 100% honest with you when like you need to be kept in check or like. I have those people in my life now who are like, you know, like if I ask for advice or if I like say like did I mess up or did I make a mistake, they're going to tell me if I did, and like that's helps keep me grounded and level-headed, I guess.
Yeah. So. Like I just had Kashmir and I just had like our first friend fight, and like I was definitely the one in the wrong, but it took me a while to like see that, but I think I've worked really hard at being good at being honest with myself and like checking myself. And so it took some time, but I came back to her and I was like, hey, listen, I was a dick. I don't like how I acted. I'm really embarrassed I behaved that way. And like, I'm going to be honest with you because but it took me a long time to be honest with myself about that. Cause I totally was lying to myself and being like you'd want to justify, you don't want to believe that you're the bad guy, but like, I don't know. I think you and I have worked really hard at being mature to like own our actions and reflect on ourselves. And I mean, we're also actors, so we have to be really in check with our emotions, right?
Well, it's also like being a bad person doesn't necessarily mean that you make a mistake.
Right.
It's making a mistake and then not taking responsibility for it. That's
Yeah.
being a bad person,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Guys, stop it. Hey, stop. Let me show you what they're doing. Can I flip? I'll
Yeah.
go ahead here. Oh, of course. Oh, that's what happened. So Lancelot
Yes.
and Pippa's bed is now, it's her favorite bed, is on the floor. That he loves to play with her when she's in it.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow, what a little shit disturber.
I know. Lance, what did you do to her bed? What'd you do, honey? Should we fix it? Yes. Here you go, Pippi. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Okay. Oh, an altercation.
Oh, standoff.
And see this curtain right there? They play one on either side of the curtain. They like wrestle through it all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, she's got her ears back. What are you gonna do? Look at that slow foot. Do you see that?
She's ready. Yeah, she's like.
This is the content everyone came for, honestly.
That's funny.
Okay, back to the program.
Back to the regular scheduled program. Okay. This can be a quick answer. Maybe one word even, or maybe not one word, a sentence.
Okay.
What's the best lesson an ex has ever taught you? For me, it's trust is most important.
Well, one of the ones, like I'm thinking about my most recent ex taught me about like owning your space, the space that you're in, making it feel like it's yours. And I think that's really valuable because we move around a lot with the work that we do. And I've often felt really alienated wherever I'm living. Like when I moved to Austria and I was living there, I never like unpacked my suitcase and like made the apartment that I was living in for 5 months feel like home. Like I literally lived out of my suitcase for 5 months, and like that makes you feel a certain way. Versus with my ex, we were both living together in Vancouver, and I was kind of doing the same thing. I like unpacked into the dresser, but I hadn't like made the space feel like it was mine. And he was really good at just like making small adjustments, hanging one little thing just with like masking tape on the wall that like now all of a sudden it makes it feel like it's your space. And just like moving in, always like moving in and always like settling yourself. I think that's a really good lesson that I learned from him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who's changed your life but doesn't know it?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like tons of people probably. Yeah, I mean, I probably could list tons of people. Yeah, my answer is yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. What about you?
Me too. I think it's also people who, even if it's just like little things or like little, like they say something to you and it really hits you.
Yeah.
They
or
don't
people I haven't even met. Like I love watching interviews of actors, and I'll take like a piece of advice from them, and then like that changes my whole perspective for the next like month or year or yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even like authors of books. Like a book that I've read might have like completely changed me as a person.
Or a TV show or anything. That's so cool. Wow, there's like endless amounts of people
that have like touched your life, but they don't even know, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
What do you need right now more than anything? I need the ability to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Be with a group of people. I want like a party.
I know. I really need like a game night with friends.
Yeah.
Where like, and we were doing this quite a lot before, where we would like go over to my friend Crystal's and like light a fire in the fireplace, have a board game out. We'd all just be like, you know, casually having some drinks and chatting and playing the game and have some, maybe throw a movie on, maybe order food, make a meal, like just that, like casually hanging out and like sharing space with my friends. I really need that. Or like you and I sitting on my couch, ordering food, watching a movie, like I want that. Like that is what I need, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And work. I miss being busy.
Yeah,
But
being on
that's
set.
like,
That's what I need right now, being on set.
yeah. Like I just need that feeling of like purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. What do you need to accept today?
Well, I've been working on this a lot because like we were saying about working out or like sort of setting mini goals for yourself every day. And sometimes some days you don't meet those goals is like accepting myself wherever I am every day. Cause this is such a like unprecedented time in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's so hard to manage myself emotionally that like some days you don't have it in you to like go and do a run or like do some push-ups and crunches, you know, like
And then
some
that's
days I
like,
just can't find it in myself, and to like accept that and be okay with where I'm at that day is something I'm like really working on.
that's
What
good.
about you?
I feel the exact same thing. Like
Yeah.
just that like I'm gonna do a workout after this or want to, but I might not have the energy. I might be like, meh, like, and that's okay
Yeah.
now because it's such a weird time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Um, what is your superpower? Can
I
I,
think my
what if we do this? What if we answer each other's superpower? So like you,
dope. Let's do that. That's fun. Okay.
okay. I think I kind of already know yours because I've thought about it.
Okay.
Your superpower is you have a great way of making anyone feel comfortable in any space, and like being able to sort of like manage a situation and do it in such a level-headed way. um I just feel like you're like really talented at that. Like just like you can speak to any person no matter who they are, no matter where they're from, and like you're 100% yourself and like making them feel comfortable, and like it's just that's a superpower, I think.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna, as I was like about to answer for myself, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I've been told that I'm often like the glue in like a group or in a situation, and I feel that way. Like I kind of hold everyone together, or like bridge connections for people. I don't know. I really like doing that for people. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Trying to think what yours is. I'm wanting to say that yours is, and maybe this is especially with me as like one of my best friends. What I feel like your superpower is for me is that like you're a really awesome listener and a really great sounding board for people, because you're able to not only think about something emotionally but also like really rationally. And I feel like that's something I struggle with, is that I'm either like one or the other, but you always strike a really good balance about like logic and feeling, and like explaining and like talking through something with someone in a way that they end up like realizing things and also feeling comforted by things. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you do that for everybody, but that's something that I feel like you do for me all the time that I really appreciate. You're always just like really like even keel. Like, I don't feel like you're ever one of my friends that I go to and you get like mad at me for asking advice, or like, I don't know. And I think that's why we can like go on vacation and travel together, because you're really like awesome at staying balanced for a lot of the time.
Thank
I
you.
don't know. Do you feel like that's true about
That's
yourself?
really sweet. I have thought that like I can do the logic and the emotion thing, and it's different when I'm not involved. I think I'm best
Mm,
at balancing when I'm like the outside perspective. If I'm involved, I have a harder time doing that
mm,
because I do have like conflicting parts of me. Like I can feel emotional and I can feel logical, and like they both can sometimes butt heads in certain situations. But I've never really
I
thought.
think you're good, but you do that a lot too with your family, where you like hear separate, like if family members are in a disagreement, you
Yeah.
can like hear one side, hear another side, and you're not a dick about it, but you're really good at like pointing out where the miscommunication is, or like, okay, this is where you need to check yourself because this is what they're feeling. Like you're really good at distilling down an issue into like, this is it, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. Okay, now I feel super. This is great.
Good.
What's the most valuable lesson your mother has taught you?
Ooh, I mean a lot,
Yeah.
but do you have one that sticks out to you?
Um, Stay present, not just with acting. Obviously, that's like number one rule, but like stay present in life. Don't worry so much about what's about to happen or what the future holds, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, if this is a tell of anything, it's that you have no idea. And
Mm-hmm.
so you have to comfort yourself. It's just live in the now and understand that there's a lot that we can be thankful for now, here, because that's the safest place for you is right now, because you know what right now is.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, I guess that's.
So my advice is sort of like a phrase that my mom says a lot, but for me applies literally, but also by like seeing how she, like, I think a lot of what I do, what you just said, my superpower is about like bringing people, making people comfortable. I've learned from my mom, like seeing my mom in situations and seeing my mom, especially like at work. The way that I behave on set is how my mom behaves like at her elementary school,
uh,
where like, so the phrase that she always says is never go up the stairs empty handed. Like, you know how sometimes you'll be at your house and like you get home from grocery shopping and you put like, oh, these are cosmetic items, they need to go up to the bathroom. So you like put them on the, at the like foot of the stairs, like
yeah.
toothpaste, some deodorants, whatever, those are going to go upstairs. And then like when I was younger, I would just like go up to the bathroom and like pass them. And my mom would go, Brennan, don't go up the stairs empty handed. You see the toothpaste and the deodorant, like, why don't you just, you have empty hands, just grab them and bring them up. Then that's one less trip for someone else. And I've thought about that a lot. And I actually now apply that, not only with that, but what that means to me, like not only with carrying things literally up the
Literally,
stairs,
yeah.
but it's like, do things that aren't being asked of you, but would be nice for someone else or better the situation. Like kind of taking initiative when you see something needs to be done and you feel like you can manage it or like do it. Excuse me. Oh my God. He's like, he can jump up on the couch, but he loves like climbing up. This couch is destroyed. Anyways, yeah, but it's sort of like taking initiative, doing things that aren't asked of you, kind of going above and beyond is like, I always think about that of like, don't go up the stairs empty handed. Yeah, you're right. Like if I'm on set and I see, I don't know what an example would be.
Someone's
Or
a lot of stuff and you want to take something for them,
yeah,
or
like, hey, I have free hands, let me take one for you. Or even like I don't know, I can't even think of a quick example, but yeah, just anything that you think you could maybe help, well, like do it, why not, you know,
if
if I
it's
can give
safe
you
too.
something.
Like
What,
on
sorry?
set, I'm thinking on set, like, oh, like if someone's trying to like rig something up, but that's their job, you probably shouldn't help with that. Like,
Right, like obviously within reason. Or like I don't even know what another example would be, but yeah, like don't go up the stairs empty handed, do more than what's asked of you.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, and it doesn't have to be something like literally picking something up, but like, I don't know, if I see a castmate that's upset and I have free time, I'm not just gonna like go off to my trailer and like do my own thing. I'm gonna like go over and see if they need help. And like that's not being asked of me. That's sort of like going above and beyond, or like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Like those little things of like carrying the deodorant up the stairs, then help someone else later. Then they don't have to make that trip up the stairs because you were already going, why don't you just take that up? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I love that. Um, okay, next one is oh, what are you still trying to prove to
Oh
yourself?
my God, I'm so sorry. My cat, he's sitting right here. Oh wait, you can't even see him. He's sitting right there. And I was chatting away and then he just did like a paw in the middle of my back. And now he's gonna go and piss off Pippa, that's what he's saying. He's like, I need attention.
Yeah, he's like, look, let me.
Yeah, now they're fighting in this chair again.
Of course.
They always, he goes under and she goes on it and then they just play. Anyhow, okay, sorry, what was the question? Could you repeat?
Oh yes. What are you still trying to prove to yourself?
I often feel, and it's like a coined like psychological phrase, but like imposter syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
where like certain accomplishments or achievements pop up in life and you almost feel like you're not good enough and you don't actually deserve it.
Yeah.
When like really, if you reflect, like you definitely did work hard, you did earn it. Maybe, yeah, you got lucky and an opportunity was given to you that then like got you ahead. I mean, yeah. So feeling like imposter syndrome sometimes is something that I'm still trying to accept, sort of my own hard work and my own accomplishments or like milestones. Like, I don't know, getting into Juilliard, like that whole time I felt like an imposter. I was like, am I really good enough to be here? Like, are you sure? You know, on the next step, I felt that way. On Tiny Pretty Things, I felt that way
Me
sometimes. Where
too.
like,
Well, I felt that way on Dare Me for sure. And
yeah,
I do feel that way all the time. And I actually thought about that specifically because I felt like when we were dancing at the studio, we specifically danced that a lot of it is focused on like, yeah, you performed really great and you may have won that award this past competition, but here's all the things you need to work on.
mm-hmm,
And so it was like, you're never, which I think is a very valuable thing to have because we're constantly working towards achieving more, which is good. But
yeah,
it's a constant checking of yourself of being like, okay, that was great, but what did I do wrong? What can I be like? What did I mess up with so that I can work on that for next time? And then,
yeah,
and with this, it's kind of hard because a lot of it is based on like, yeah, you want to be prepared and you want to work hard, but it's also like being at the right place at the right time and having those opportunities that you run with because they might not come back again. And like, yeah, it's like, and I feel like there's a lot of unknown variables when like in the acting world that like you have to just be willing to like roll with the punches a little bit and
yeah,
not be so focused on like what did I do wrong necessarily.
yeah,
So that's where I feel like that's what I'm trying to prove to myself, that like it's okay to not feel comfortable with it. It's not about you, it's about the sales pitch or like, yeah, anyway.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, my like acting ability, I guess too, would be one thing that I'm like still trying to
Mm.
like accept. Or is that's your question was, right?
Prove.
Like what's
You're still trying to prove
prove?
yourself.
Yeah, I'm still trying to prove
Yeah.
sometimes that I'm like good enough. I'm a
Yeah.
good enough actor to like deserve this role, and like I'm
Yeah.
a good enough dancer to deserve that, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a good enough role model for like young kids to look up to me. That's a big
Yeah.
one for me. Is that like with as sort of a byproduct of being an actor and like being on TV is that you often have like a lot of people looking up to you in a way, or like wanting to subscribe to you, follow what you're doing. And I often feel like, oh my God, am I the right person to be a role model for kids? Like, am I worthy of this like responsibility?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I still feel that way too. That's interesting you brought that up because like I've been I feel like there's been a shift for me since I left the next step of like, okay, now I feel more comfortable being an adult on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully the kids that grew up following me or whatever can understand that like, okay, she's grown up now. And also because they're growing up too. So you almost want to like grow up with them in a way. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But it is sort of like letting go of that version of yourself that they originally followed you for, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you evolve and change and grow up, and like
Yeah.
hoping that they're still cool with you if even if you're posting a picture with a wine glass or whatever it is, you know, like
Yeah.
which
Or
is
that they
silly,
can
but it is. It
understand
does
that
like
it's like,
change.
I'm not promoting you to do this if you're underage, but like I'm doing it because I'm 25. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Um,
Sorry, you said brief answers and I'm taking so long answering
no,
these.
it's so good.
Okay.
I'm thinking about this. I think I'm gonna split these two videos.
I was gonna say this is like definitely a two-parter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually kind of fun though because it can be like to be continued.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Oh, what are you most grateful for? First thing on the top of your head, go.
My family and my friends.
Me too.
What about you? Yeah.
Same thing. I was gonna say the same thing. Family, friends, and like roof over my head. That's not the most. Those three things, but whatever.
Yeah. But just to like have a group of people that accept you and
Mhm.
support you. Family, friends, like that.
I read in a book, Daisy Jones and the Six, which is a phenomenal book. Highly recommend. In the book, Daisy Jones, that character says a quote that like hit home for me. She said, "Acceptance is a dangerous drug, and I should know I've done them all," or something like that. Um,
Mm,
it's true because like if you
so
feel
true.
accepted in something, even if it might be toxic for you and you don't know it at the time, it's you're accepted, you're a part of it, and that's
Yeah,
I
it's
think
so
a drug.
addictive.
Hmm.
Feeling accepted and supported. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And you hope that you can like have enough self-respect and understanding of like what acceptance is worth having and
Yeah.
what acceptance isn't necessary, like because you
Right. You
you
don't
know
want to be accepted by like a weird group that's doing things that you don't agree with, but like they still accept you. Yeah, I get that's true.
yeah,
It's like a double-edged sword.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a feeling you miss?
I mean, right now right now, the difference I think in how I'm feeling is that right now I'm waiting all the time. I'm like waiting for another news update. I'm waiting for Tiny Pretty Things to drop on Netflix. I'm waiting for X, Y, and Z, versus before it wasn't that I was waiting. It was that I was like looking forward to, or I was like hopeful for.
Right.
And I think it's like such a shift, and I'm still trying to be hopeful and like switch that to be a more like uplifting emotion, because waiting sometimes feels more like anxiety driven, you know? But like, yeah, I miss feeling just like hopeful.
Yeah. I miss feeling.
It's so dark. I'm
It's
sorry.
so true. I miss feeling hopeful. No, it's true. It's such a reality for like what's going on.
Yeah.
And kind of married to that too, I feel the same way. And like, I miss feeling excited, like
Yeah.
truly excited. Like, I feel I'm trying to get like a little bit excited. Like, this is exciting and like fun.
Uh-huh.
And like us doing projects together is fun, but like it's never at the scale that we would want them to be at, because we have to like manipulate it for this virtual world that we're all kind of living in.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that is something I miss, is that feeling of excitement, of true like, oh, I finally get to accomplish this thing. Yeah. Okay. What would your younger self not believe about your life today?
Everything.
Me too. Like
Everything.
being an actor, being on a TV show, having traveled the world at this age, wouldn't believe it.
Getting into Juilliard for dance, being like a professional dancer on like 2 TV shows. I was bullied so badly for being like a male dancer when I was little, and I was so embarrassed to tell people that.
And now they're eating their words, I'm sure.
Yeah. And so many of them have reached back out and like want to be friends, and I'm like, but you bullied me for doing now what I'm successful at. Yeah. It's so funny.
Well, if anything, it should be a message to anyone who's like doing something that may be like an outcasted thing, and they feel uncomfortable doing it because people maybe don't accept them for it. Acceptance.
But they love it. But it's like so worth sticking with it.
Yeah, and you could make a career out of it. You could do something big with it. So keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what was your first impression of me? I have to think back.
That you were really shy. When I first met you, I thought you were really shy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was when we were working on Dana's choreography at Joanne's, because when I came to, so for anyone watching, this was the dance studio that Britt and I went to, for me at the end of high school, but Britt went to for like all of high school, right? You went in like grade 9, you started there? Grade 8?
Grade 8.
Yeah. But I didn't move to that dance studio until the beginning of grade 11 for me. I only went for 2 years. So when I came there, I was in like the older company and the like senior company. Is that what we called it? The senior. So I was in advanced and I was in the senior company. Yeah. And you were in senior company. So I had like two or three like dances and classes a week with you. And then the rest were with like another group of people. And there were like me, Olivia, and Brianna that did that. The 3 of us were like both. Mm-hmm. And so in that class that happened to be my very first class at Joanne's was like Dana's senior open group, where we would like go do a warm-up, train across the floor, and then work on that choreography. And it was One Love. Do you remember that dance? Yeah. So that was it. And I was like so out of my element. I didn't know the room. I didn't know anyone. And I remember you being obviously very talented and always getting like picked to be in the front and stuff. But
really,
when
I don't remember that. I remember being like, see, this is like the imposter syndrome. I remember feeling like I wasn't good enough, and so I was like there, and I had to constantly be proving myself.
Oh, interesting. I totally flagged you as like one of the good ones, but it was like there was me, Olivia, and Brianna that were in like double company, so we were sort of like the 3 at the center of that like senior company, because we were like always older and like I don't know.
Well, no, you guys like essentially the people who have the most like. They can pull their weight in an advanced company, they get put in the advanced company, essentially.
Yeah. So then in the senior company, we were like in the middle of that dance, but then it was always like, and then you were right with us, but I remember it always felt like you were on like the periphery, because I just thought you were really shy. Like you always kind of like held to the edge of the room. Yeah. Even when we were learning like combos and we weren't like put in places, I feel like you were just like on the periphery.
Yeah, always. Because I felt like I wasn't accepted, I guess. And
what was your first impression of me?
I thought you were like just so talented and like I was intimidated by you for sure because
Really?
yeah, because you were like the like hot guy coming in, so talented. And like at that time too, you weren't out at all. And like uh
Yeah.
you weren't out, and so like every girl had like a crush on you and like
Aw.
things like that. And so like it was a little bit of that, but also like yeah, you were just like really talented and like I was intimidated by that.
Aw, you're so
Yeah.
sweet. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Next question. Wait. Oh, no, here it is. Sorry. If you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be? And what would you be doing?
Oh, if I could have it my way, we would be on set of our TV show that we're writing
Yep.
and like filming it right now. We'd be
Yep.
on set filming our TV show, acting in scenes opposite each other. That's where I want to be.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
We got to make it happen.
Okay. How are you really?
Um, like a 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Me too.
No, like a 7 out of 10. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
I'm like good. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not below a 5. I'm like pretty good. Some days I probably slip to like a 6 or a 5. Most days I'm at like a 7 or an 8, depending like what I'm doing, who I'm with, how I filled up my day.
yeah.
But for the most part, I'm like pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of like really harsh realities that we're finally accepting, and like I don't know, I'm thinking about all the like anti-racist stuff going on right now, and I'm like really educating myself. Yesterday I spent like 3 hours reading news articles, and so like that's a really like tough pill to swallow, but I'm so excited I'm finally doing it because I feel like I haven't been the ally that I've needed to be for so many years that I need to like prove myself and make up for it now. So like that's, I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent, but
No, but it's true.
it's
Yeah.
like that's really been taking over my narrative the last few days because I just feel almost like so guilty that I wasn't woke sooner. But then also trying to be like, well, okay, but now's the time. So it's so hard to say, but at least it's happening now. It's better to happen than to just like never happen.
Well, I'm happy that there's like at least some sense of justice for.
Yeah. Well, and I've never seen such an outpouring of support on my social networks with all of my like
the people you follow.
The people I follow and my friends that are white like me that are finally like listening and speaking up for minorities and supporting like your friends. And it's not that I didn't support before, but it's just that I didn't realize that being apolitical. Pardon, sorry?
Yeah, sorry. What you said, you were saying there's like a new perspective on it because, like you said, being apolitical isn't really helping.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I kind of did what Taylor Swift did for so many years, where you just like keep your political opinion quiet and you don't share it on your social media because you don't think that's what people are subscribing to. That's not what they want to see.
Yeah, but they're following you because you have influence over them, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
and by not speaking up, you're actually like you're oppressing people by not speaking up. So by speaking up, you're like using your right and your power in this like platform that we've been given. Yeah. So anyways, because of that, I feel like I'm like grappling with a lot of things inside myself. So I'm not, I don't know. So yeah, I'm a 7 out of 10. That's how I am.
Love that.
Such a long-winded answer. Yeah. How are you, really?
The same. I feel like there are days that are better than others. But like a day like today is good. I like right now I feel pretty good because like this is something that's like been making me like excited.
Yeah.
And like getting more into YouTube videos has been a really good like goal, and like it's giving me a little bit of a purpose for my day to day, so I can like focus on a creative task, on like making something tangible and then like putting it out there. Like that feels fun and exciting to me. So yeah. Okay, next question. I love these questions.
Yeah, these are great.
Why do you think we met? Because like when you think about it, when we met, I genuinely didn't think like after Joanne's like dancing
that we would stay in touch.
That we would really stay in touch. This was before the next step, obviously, but like even during the next step, like you hope that these people will stay in your life for a while, but at that point, all the people that I had grown up with in high school, I was losing touch with, and I was like, that's probably going to happen to these people too. It's just the fact of life. You move on, especially when you're not an adult, because like it's usually circumstantial friends that you have, and
Yeah.
then as you grow older, you have to like make the effort to connect.
Yeah, I need to find this quote. I literally just saw this the other day on my like archive stories in Instagram, but Josh posted it. Let me find it. I can find it quick. Josh. He posted on his page and it's such a great quote. So it says, think about all the things that had to go right so you could meet some of your favorite people. And like, when you think about that, all the things that had to go right for some of my favorite people to have been brought into my life or to stay in my life, like, yeah, it's crazy who ends up like, you meet a group of people and who you're initially drawn to might not be the person that you end up like really bonding with and keeping with. Like when I came to Joanne's, you and I weren't close friends at the beginning. Like, again, we were sort of like ships in the night. We were like good acquaintances, got along, we're nice to each other, but we weren't like, we didn't like bond. And then it was because of like the next step that it sort of like weeded us out of that group of people we were dancing with. And now we have this new experience. And then we went into that together. But even still, we just like kept kind of like having each other's back through the whole thing. And
even the next step was like you were doing Juilliard and that sort of separated you. Like if
it
you
really separated me. Yeah.
if you weren't doing Juilliard, you would have been way more invested in that show.
Yeah. But I was there for like half a season and then I had to leave and my character was written out. And so, yeah, I was very in and out.
And so it's kind of crazy how we are as close as we are because that show brought us together. But then like after that show ended, we didn't really see each other. And then I don't know who, like when it really, we reconnected or why. We just sort of.
Yeah, it was when we started going to the mall together all the time.
Oh my God. Yeah. I would come to see you to like visit and we would like hang out.
Yeah. And we would like go to Mapleview Mall in Burlington and just like shop. And we both, you know what I think it was too? We were both interested in like creating separate from like performing. So we both then started YouTube channels to like create our own content. We both got into writing just for like fun, right? And like I was writing my own series and you were writing
a film.
What's it called? The one about the sisters and she has like superpowers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You started writing that. And so we would go and sit in coffee culture in Burlington and like both have our computers or our notebooks and we would just like write and share ideas and like talk.
We should do that again in my garage.
We should. That'd be so fun. I would love to do that.
Socially distant, obviously. We'll stay distant.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm game. And like, I think it was because of that. Then we had this like shared interest and we loved doing that in each other's presence. I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about you that actually, you know what the tipping point was when I realized you were going to be one of my best friends? Was when at the end of season 1, I was written out because I had to move to Juilliard the next week. And you planned a whole surprise, like farewell dinner because otherwise there was nothing. I was just gonna be like, bye everyone, hugs, and then like get on a plane and leave. And you planned a whole surprise dinner for me with like the whole cast and like the writers were there and like I had no idea and you were like, we'll just go to dinner, the two of us. And I remember being like, oh, that's so sweet, but like, okay, are you sure? Like, do you want to go to dinner with just me? Because we had done everything as like a group that whole season, right? Like we were never just, I don't know. And so then I remember showing up and being like, holy shit, she planned this whole thing for me. And you had printed out a framed picture of the cast and you got everyone to sign it. Like you put so much work in that. I went home from that and was like, I showed my mom.
Everyone helped out with that too. That wasn't just me, I should say.
Okay, well, in my perspective, up until literally this moment, I've accredited that to you being like, that was Britt. Like Britt
was my idea, but
yeah.
No, it was a really group thing because I remember the moment was like really great. But yeah, all the little details and things, like everyone definitely helped out. So like I feel bad taking all the credit for that.
Take the credit.
I'll take the credit. You're right.
Yeah.
It's me.
But then just always like I think we just always gave each other the space to like we just always held space for each other, if that makes sense. Where like I don't know, you were going through a heartbreak and so we would go to the mall and then we would just get Starbucks and sit in your car in the parking lot and you would like pour your heart out to me and I would like listen and try and give you advice that I thought. Yeah, and then you would do the same for me all the time. I would like come and sit in your bedroom at your parents' house in Georgetown. We'd sit on the bed and I would just like talk for hours and you'd give me like thoughtful advice. Like, yeah, I think we're just really, that's why we became best friends, because we just hold space for each other really well.
I also think that part of it is that because, like you said, we both like to create. I think we were meant to create together because,
Yeah.
like you said, we started doing our own things and we were creating and helping each other out in like giving each other advice and like holding space for each other and building that friendship. But then we were like, why don't we do something together? And we created magic. Like, it is the
Oh yeah.
freaking show, and it's going to be made. We're putting
Uh-huh.
it out there on whatever.
On YouTube. This is gonna get posted, so we're
We
manifesting
can't
that.
say anything about it, but it's gonna be made. It has to be made.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of it, and I
Me
know you
too.
are too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is that was a moment. I'm really excited.
That was a moment. Yeah, I'm excited. This is great.
What title would you give this chapter of your life?
Oh.
And let's to create like a time frame. I'm thinking, like, for me, my like the next step was a chapter, and then the chapter after that would be this chapter we're currently in. And I feel like there's a shift coming soon to another chapter, but what has this past chapter been?
Yeah, okay, so for me, I feel like, yeah, next step in Juilliard were one chapter, and then post university, post that job was like a whole messy chapter. And I actually feel like that's kind of closed, and I'm now just starting into my new one. So I'm not going to name the new one. I'll name that past one, that like one right out of Juilliard, right out of the next step. Okay. When I was like kind of taking odd roles, I would like shoot a web series, go live in Austria for 5 months. I would come back, I would teach dance conventions. It was a very like bounce around. I feel like it would be called like No Roots, or like Find Your Roots or something, because I really was like searching for my place in the world. I like moved to LA for a month to see if I liked it down there. I moved to Europe for 5 months and did a job there to see if I liked it over there. I moved to Vancouver for 6 months to live there and try that out, and was like always bouncing back to Toronto. And then at the end of that, decided I wanted to be in Toronto. I missed my people like you and my family that were here. And then I made that decision. I came back, and then I booked Tiny Pretty Things, and it filmed in Toronto. Like, I think that decision of like, no, I found my place. This is my place in the world, which is so funny that it was my home all along. Yeah. You know, but I had to like live other places to figure that out. Yeah. I feel like that chapter was like either called like Jet Setter or like No Roots or Find Your Roots. And then like, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
What would you name yours?
I asked my mom this question earlier today, and she gave a really good answer, and now I can't remember what she said. It was something like discovery. That's what it was.
Ooh.
It's just all discovery, which to me, that's every chapter, because there's constantly discoveries to be made, but it just is a perfect like general statement that makes sense. And I guess I don't know.
You know what I wonder yours might be called too, is like The Circle. Because I feel like you really found like your circle of people.
Yes. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Because like so many career things and like acting classes, like so many things were like up in the air. But what you did while all that was happening was you like pulled certain people from different experiences, and like you met Ben and you became closer with your family, and like we really found each other, and you just like accumulated this like circle of people that you like really love, trust, and like have your back. Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah, I feel like I definitely did that, because before that, I think all my circle was always what was convenient. Yeah. Like what was just there. And I would just latch onto it, feel accepted, and then be a part of that. And that was just,
it was like, oh, dance studio friends, or like high school friends, or like, oh, work friends. But then what you've done now is
it always felt like I was morphing myself to fit the circle rather than fitting the circle to me. And
totally.
Like the past 5 years, I felt like I finally fit the circle to me. And I feel like I haven't done any work on projecting myself in a specific way, because I'm just me now. Like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Okay.
Sorry, there's so many. How many more do we have? That's okay. There's 8 more.
Okay, can we take another bathroom intermission?
Right now?
Yeah. Is that okay? Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, bye.
What did you just send me?
It's so funny. This guy in his Zoom meetings, Ben posted it to his story.
Oh my God.
Every day he's in a new background. Like
dresses up with it. This is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Harry Potter one.
Like, does the scar. Oh my God. I love that.
On a plane?
Yeah.
Oh, that's committed. That's really
and
funny.
Just like with the thing on,
like sleeping. Oh my God.
So clever.
That's so funny.
More funny.
Sorry, I've been drinking so much water today. I'm trying to like increase my hydration.
Me too.
But then
I've done this thing where every day I wake up and I drink 2 tall glasses of water before I eat anything.
Oh wow.
It's, like, prevented any like bloating.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I love my like soda water, but I've been trying to drink 3 of these a day. And this is about like 790, so like 800 milliliters, like almost quite a liter. So then I end up drinking like 2 liters a day.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Which is way better than what I usually do.
Yeah.
I don't always end up having like 3 of these, but I enjoy drinking out of this container. So I feel like because I have a container that I like, then I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like fun to drink from too. It's like an experience.
Yeah, that sounds so stupid, but it like totally
is.
It's
true though, it works.
You know.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's whip through these questions. Oh, I have a good one. What is the worst assumption someone has made about you?
Oh.
I don't actually know how to answer this because I think it's
just
underestimating my work ethic maybe, or like.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think I feel like it'd come from like other people in the industry or in the dance industry that like I'm not I didn't work hard to like get on the next step or to get where I am. Yeah, like that I just got handed things or that you know, I guess justified in that like we were all learning how to be actors while we were on the next step. So then I feel like a lot of other actors in the industry just like assume that I can't act and that like I'm only a dancer, you know, like that assumption actually like kind of hurts my feelings because I've worked so like we've all worked so hard, taken so many acting classes to, I don't know, not feel like imposters, to feel like we actually do know what we're doing, you know. But then people still assume that we don't. Yeah, that one bugs me.
Yeah, me too.
Or people assume, oh, this one sucks. So people assume certain things about me, that I'm like shallow or that I like am vain or like full of myself because of like social media, because I have like numbers on social media. I have
or like that you post like photos of yourself, beautiful photos of yourself. But that's what.
But I'm like, that's my job. Like that's how I market myself.
Yeah, it's a marketing tool, and it's in a way it's also a business because you're using it to potentially do brand deals or something. And in some ways you have to kind of be able to market yourself in a genuine way, but also like it's the other thing too is Instagram is not real at all. It's so far from the truth. Oh my God, I just realized.
He's like,
whoa, his eyes are so different. I never noticed this before.
I know, the left one's orange and the right one's green. Isn't that cool?
It's so cool.
Show her, look, right here. No, you don't.
Lance. I'm like calling him. I'm like, Lance, look here.
You might actually.
Lance a lot.
Look.
Lance a lot. Does he respond to that stuff? I used to do that to my cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, do you see the eyes?
Yeah, it was so cute.
Boy, hey? He's so cute. Honey. But yeah, sorry, I didn't want to distract from what you're saying, but I completely agree.
Okay.
I
don't actually remember what I was saying.
I think you were like jumping off of my point that like people assume things because of social media.
Yeah, and that social media is so not real. Yeah, they understood. Okay, what is your defining characteristic?
Are we talking like physical attributes? I think so, right?
Yeah, maybe like a like look,
like a feature about me that is like defining.
It could be. Or characteristic is like who you are as a person, I think.
Ah, okay, okay. I was gonna be like, I don't know, my eyebrows. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm always, or like how I'm kind of known on set and like in the industry is that I'm like kind to everyone and like
Mm, fine.
uh,
Yeah.
I make it like really fun. Like I'm good at like I don't know, always showing up like ready to do the work and in like a good mood. Um,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
What about
Um,
you?
hmm, defining characteristic. I'd like to think that I am pretty good at being politely kind, or sorry, politely honest is what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
totally.
Um, but also, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I'm always 100% honest, to be honest. I think that it depends on who I'm speaking to. If I'm really comfortable with the person and I know they're going to take what I say well,
Uh huh.
then I'll say that. But if I'm like either intimidated by the person or there's like a wall up or something, I usually don't. I just don't always say how I feel, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
kind of,
that's true about you for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, next. Um, uh,
I
this
also feel
question,
like, oh, sorry. I feel like one of your like defining characteristics is also your intelligence. I feel like because you read so much, especially when I'm thinking we give like talkbacks at like Pure Dance or something, I feel like there's something about your like tone of voice or the way that you phrase your answers. It just like speaks to your intelligence. I feel like a lot of people would like expect that you're really smart.
oh my gosh, wow. Thank
Yeah.
you. See, that's so funny because I don't think I'm that smart. I think I'm like
What?
observant. I think I'm observant
Maybe.
and
Yeah.
I take, I guess, yeah, that makes, sure, I'm
Yeah. And
intelligent.
you're really well read. Like you come across as someone who's very well read.
That's
Yeah.
very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, oh, who do I remind you of?
Mm.
Yeah, that's the question. I was gonna rephrase it, but it's very straightforward. Dead or alive? Celebrity,
Oh,
someone
are we thinking?
you don't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, you do kind of remind me of my mom sometimes, like certain
Wait, really?
qualities, or like, yeah, or like
Wait,
the way that.
that's actually a big compliment.
Yeah, no, it is. And my mom's like one of my best friends, also. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about you both that like reminds me of each other a little bit. I don't know. I also do find that about a lot of my best friends. I could like pull qualities from them that I'm just like, oh my God, if I put these like five best friends together, they make up my mom. Like, you
That's
know?
really sweet though, because that means your mom's like
Oh yeah.
stand
My
up
like
mom, you know?
God, literal God. Yeah.
Liberal God. What is the quality that I have that reminds you of your mom the most?
I think it's kind of what you're saying of like you're really you're able to be very kind but honest.
Mm,
Yeah, and my mom's like that too. Like you're both able to like talk to me, and I'm not good at this. Like this is something I've had to work on. Is like I don't know. Sometimes I'm quite headstrong in that. Like if I decide I want to do something, I'm going to do it. But
mhm.
you and my mom are both really good at being like, well, think about this, and if you were to do this, it might actually end up this way. Like you're really good about being kind and voicing something honestly that then like I'll be able to accept and hear
Mm,
you versus just instead being like, I don't think you should do that because of this. You know,
yeah,
instead you're like, well, I get why you would want to. Yeah, you both do that
that's
a lot.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's something that
What about?
I
Oh,
think I get that from Ben a little bit because he he is, like I said, Australians are just so blunt and I love that honesty, but then adding the Canadian flair of like being polite about it
yeah.
is is kind of a cool combination. What were you
What
gonna say?
about me? Who do I remind you of?
Oh yeah. Um
I mean, and also like Emma Watson, obviously. Like you have a lot of
oh
those sort of like features and like
yeah.
qualities.
Well,
Yeah.
you when I first met you, you reminded me of Justin Bieber because you would do it all the time when he was like littler.
Yeah.
Littler? Yeah. Um you're just a very distinctive person to me.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say that with you. I'm like, I don't know. I compare other people to you, but I don't, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
this person
because I
reminds me
know
of
you
Britt.
so well. I know you so well that like I can't like you're Brennan. You're Brennan.
Yeah,
It's just so it's kind of hard to like pair you with someone that I know.
yeah, I agree.
You're the person who I would compare people to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that question's more for strangers, so maybe.
yeah.
Um, and then, sorry, I'm like skipping some of the questions, but
No, that's cool. These are awesome questions.
they're good, right? They're like
Yeah.
really thought-provoking. Okay, let's just do one more.
Okay.
In one word, just one word, how would you describe this conversation?
Oh, in one word.
Yeah.
Thoughtful.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
think
that.
so. I think we've both tried to be really thoughtful with our answers.
Yeah, it was a thoughtful
Yeah.
conversation. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was
What about
great.
you? Pick a different word than thoughtful.
A different word. Enlightening, or
Uh-huh.
I guess, right? Or like
reflective a little bit. Like I feel like we've been like reflecting on a lot of things.
That's a good word. Reflective.
Maybe.
Wow,
Yeah.
great words.
Great words, big words.
Love words.
I love words.
Okay, and then before we like finish it off, okay, so we have to do the quarantine bucket list thing. That is such a good idea.
Yeah, we absolutely should. That'd be fun.
I think we should definitely do that. And then what's one thing that you're going to do once quarantine's over?
Oh, once it's over.
Yeah, one thing that you have to do.
I want to go dancing at Supermarket.
Yes! Oh my gosh, Supermarket. That's a club downtown. Not really a club, it's a bar.
No, it's like a grungy bar with like a DJ dance floor. Yeah, it's just like good vibes. I don't know, the humidity lately outside reminds me of what it feels like in Supermarket, because you're always just like soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
Like you don't care, you're just dancing with your friends. Yeah, I want to do that when this is over.
Such a fun time. We would go all the
Just
time.
every time I go to Supermarket, I never have a bad time.
Mm-hmm. It's always such a good time, but you have to pick the perfect time to go when there's like not a lot of people, but a lot of people, so that it still feels full.
Yeah.
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 Okay, well that's
What about you? Do you have something different that you're gonna do right after?
Something I'm gonna do right after. Well, I would like to get our show made.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that. We're gonna make that happen. Like now.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's all. That's all the questions I had.
Thank you for such a great chat / like both of these parts, whatever you split it into.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it up for sure because this is a long video. So if anyone's watching this part of the video right now, they're watching the end of the second part.
Okay.
I guess.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Lancelot.
He's like, this is my interview now.
He's like, yes, not time for my question. I don't know why I gave him an accent. Did you just hear that?
No, what accent?
I was like, yes, thank you, not time for my question. That's Lancelot. Okay, that's how I picture him in my mind. Okay, thank you for
all your questions. This was so fun, Britt.
This was so fun. It was like a test run. I had no idea it was going to go this long. It's 4:00.
I know. We started at 1:30ish.
Oh my gosh. So wow, this is a full video. Like this is a
full like 2-part.
This might be a 3-parter.
I was gonna say this is like you could do a full just like the stuff we did about the next step.
Oh yeah, I could do like next step, like our experiences, and then we could talk about I don't even know what else.
Well, then we could do all the other ones we did after that of like Dare Me, TPT, best and worst auditions, like that whole thing. I don't know.
I'm just going to call it virtual chats, and then whatever we touch on is going to be like the subtitle of it. So like virtual chats and then like whatever. At this point, whoever's watching this knows this already because
yeah.
But yeah, this was so fun.
Thanks for having me on your channel, and thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those fun YouTube things.
Thank you. I hate doing that part of the video, so I'm really happy you did it for me.
You're welcome.
I hate doing that part, but yeah, do like, subscribe.
Give her a like because it really supports her channel. Little Sarah's Day moment.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I love how she says that.
And then also comment down below any other videos you'd like to see.
Yeah. Yeah, do that. With me or otherwise just Britt.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, there was one other thing I was going to say. Oh, and in the fall, keep an eye out for Tiny Pretty Things on Netflix.
Yes, coming on
Brendan's new
Netflix. We
show.
don't have a release date yet, but follow
It's
me on Instagram. I'll be posting about it lots.
Oh, wait, also, I wanted to say this, that Tiny Pretty Things was based on a book called
Yes.
Tiny Pretty Things. There's two books. Another one is Shiny Broken Pieces, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not the exact replica of the story, but it's based on that book. And I'm going to link the book down below if you want to read it this summer before it comes out on Netflix.
Yeah.
You should do that. If you guys want to guess which character Brennan plays in the show, or sorry, in the book, because it's a different name, you can figure it out.
Yeah, comment that down below. I'm curious to see who you guys guess, if you guess it
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
Yeah.
And then also, if you want to see more chats like this with me and Brennan or with someone else, you can say who or what you want us to talk about, stuff like that.
Yeah, because this is fun. So easy to film,
So
too.
fun. Like,
Yeah.
literally, just recorded the whole conversation and we just got to, like, chat.
Yeah, it was just great. Prime content, honestly.
Prime
like podcast
content,
style.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to stop recording.
Do we need to leave the leave
I
the
paused the recording this whole time. I literally recorded everything, even the breaks, because I wasn't sure.
Oh, that's cool. That's fine. At least you have it.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I should do an outro.
Yeah.
Not really. Anyway, just bye. That's my outro.
Bye. Just bye.
Just bye.